All right, this video right here is something that a lot of us can relate to. Have you ever been in a workplace and you don't want to, just don't want to talk to nobody? You don't care what somebody got going on. Only you care about is working, get it over with so you can go home and get your money. Well, this woman talk about her being an introverted person at job, especially working around a lot of white people. And I can almost guarantee more likely a white woman, because most black women, they usually work amongst white women. And could be some black white men too, because I think a lot of white dudes are like this too, but I think it's more prevalent with white women. And that's the fact that many of them have the sense of they want to, I guess, monitor you, want to see how you respond to them. Well, I'm gonna let this old lady right here explain to you what she experienced, and I'm gonna give the rest of my commentary.
Y'all, what happened to me at work today. But before I tell y'all, I have a question. What is it about an introverted black woman in the workplace that disturbs y'all so much? And when I say y'all, I mean some of y'all white people. Now, I said some, not all, so if it don't apply, let it fly. And if you feel like being slick, go and leave a comment, because I have time today. I understand that black women, we have a stereotype and a narrative about ourselves in the workplace, that we're very loud, we gossip, we like to be in people's business. I get that, but that does not pertain to everybody, and it doesn't pertain to me. I learned my lesson a long time ago. I don't fraternize with people that I work with. So there's never a time or a place that you're going to hear me say, hey, let's hang out, let's be friends, let's exchange numbers. I don't care about your grandkids, your kids, what you got going this weekend, what you throwing on that grill. That's not my business. And I have no plans on sharing my life with you. I'm just going to be honest. It's hello, goodbye, good afternoon. I'm probably not even going to ask you how you're doing, because that's not my business. But anyway, my manager approached me today. She said, Jamise, can I talk to you for a minute? Yeah, what's up? Well, some of your coworkers seem to think that you're a racist because you're not friendly to them at work and you don't talk to them at work. My only response was, okay, because I don't give a fuck. The first thing y'all gonna do, y'all gonna use that white privilege. Y'all use y'all white privilege the minute that y'all had a chance to, because I don't want to be y'all friend. Black women can't win for losing. Even when we quiet, we still bothering y'all. And y'all wonder why we don't deal with y'all in the workplace? It's the way you act. It's the way you act. Leave us the hell alone. Go to work, do your job, go home. All right? Don't worry about why nobody want to be your fucking friend, Becky. We don't have anything in common. And even if we did, I don't trust y'all. And that's exactly why. Go on, get up out my face. I'm sick of y'all. We can't win. Black women cannot win. I don't even know what to say.
Now, first off, I want to applaud her for that. And what she say is 100% accurate. We go to work to do our job, go home, and get the bag. That's it. We're not trying to make any friends, or we're not wondering if you like me or not. We're not going to we don't care if we don't like us, or if we do. We don't care what you got going on in your personal life. You just a coworker. You're just a coworker that work with me. Only time I talk with you, because I'm like this too. The only time I talk with you if it got something related to work. If I got a question to ask you relating to the job that we're doing together, maybe. But other than that, I'm not trying to get into your business. I don't know your kids, like she just say, your grandkids, or what you got throwing on the grill for the holidays. I don't care. And she say, hey, goodbye, hello, or and she don't care to ask how you doing, because like she say, that's none of her business. And she 100% accurate on that. And I actually learned this lesson not too long ago, that you can't really trust anybody as much, especially when it comes to coworkers, because many of them will take what you say and use it against you. And you know what? A lot of people, I'm not saying this, I'm just saying people in general who you work with, you got some people, what they would do is they'll catch you when you're vulnerable. When you're vulnerable, you start talking about anything. Then they'll use what you say and try to flip it and put it in their own words to exaggerate what you're trying to say. And the news is spread out. And next thing you know, you're going to get to the boss, and the boss going to sit you in the office and talk to you about it. Like, I ain't got time for that. They'll flip your words, accuse you of certain things because, you know what I'm saying, you just can't be friendly with coworkers. I'm sorry. Just get your money and go home. I don't care what they got going on. And some of them try to buddy up with you, because I had this happen to me before too. Oh, I'm about to go to lunch. You want to have lunch with me? Get in the car? Like, no, I ain't doing that. Oh, having lunch with you for what? Like, I bought my own lunch. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. And some of them actually think that they think you're stuck up or you got something going on. They don't know what you're going. Like, I don't care what you think. I just want to do my job, go home. I'm not trying to make friends. And I'm gonna speak on something that I experienced. At that time, I was working in the hospital, and I had some complaints. Some people say that I looked like I had an attitude because I didn't smile, or I wasn't smiling or cheerful or anything. I looked like I had an attitude and stuff. And I'm like, okay, what does this during the same day that they let me go from my job too. I like, okay, what is it? You remember when people say that you kind of talk, and because at that time I was an introvert, but I still try to socialize with people and try to talk and everything. But they used what I said against me, and this when I was much younger. And the director and the boss talked to me about it, and I guess I let me go because of one little minor thing I did. And I had this one girl, might I add, a white girl. She got under my skin, so I have to tell her off, which I learned my lesson too. And I asked her to tell her off because she actually said what she said to me and embarrassed me in front of people. So I caught her and I tell her not to do, I just went off on her. And a lot of people look at me like, you shouldn't have done that. Man, I don't care. I have to put you in your place. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't come at me like that. Because what I'm supposed to do, be happy. Just, oh, yes, oh, Lord, yes. Like, no, I'm not that type of black dude. I'm sorry. Tell my director. The director talked to me about it, and they kind of let me go on that. And that's when they start giving me a hard time because I put a white girl in her place. I'm a little different. I'm not going to pretend to smile. And like I said, I got nothing against, some of the white people I work with. Some of them, I was very cordial with. I got nothing against them. But she said she don't want to talk to them. They assume that she's a racist. That's so dumb. But back to this right here. There's some white people that I'm cool with and everything. And they're not going there. They don't care. I work along with them. And, if I need assistance, they'll help me out, It's nothing. It's just something that's very, very cordial. And you got some of them, they'll pretend like they want to be like a watchdog. They think that they're your supervisors. And they want to monitor you. And if you come up and you don't speak to them, they will for some reason, they got the nerve to go to your supervisor, go to your boss and say, this person here, he kind of, and he feel a little threatening. How you feel threatening? I say hey to him. He kind of give me a mean mug and walk by. And I just want to see if you could talk with him, see what's going on with him. Lady, whoever you are, that's none of your business. If I look threatening, because I don't want to speak to your lame self. No. I mean, if you say hey, I just say hey back. How you doing? I'm all right. How you doing? I just don't say nothing after that. I just walk and do my job. I just say hey and just keep walking. That's what you got to do it though. Do your job. Don't try to let them engage in conversation. Another thing they'll do too? Let's say that, I'm going to use Barack Obama for example. If, like, say somebody like a Barack Obama win an election, some of them be the main ones to be your job the next day. They'll talk on us. They'll try to jump on the Barack Obama subject, but they're not going to do it directly. They'll indirectly talk about it. They might say, you know what? I just went to get some soda from the vending machine, man. The price is going high. I think the when it comes to like the leaders and the politicians, things gonna start going. It's gonna go sky high, especially with the president you got. And speaking of president, what you think about the election? You know what I say? I try to be nice and I say I don't really follow politics, so I don't know what's going on. And I just do what I gotta do. And they kind of keep talking. I was like, well, I got to get to work. You know what I'm saying? I cut it off short. We just don't say nothing. Don't look at them. I just go. They'll try to bait you into a conversation with the president election. And then you say something they don't like, they report that to the supervisor. Hey, buddy here say that he kind of keep talking to me about the election, how his president's winning. And he keep arguing me down about it. And I got kind of tired of it. And I just want to see what he got going on. I want you to talk to him about that because he just annoyed me with the president election, even though he was the one that brought it up. He was the one that brought it up. And let's say that you fall for the bait and start talking about it. They'll try to use what you say and twist your words up to go to your boss. I talk about some of these white people that you might work with. And another thing I don't do on the job, well, I say nobody should do, but people do it. And I ain't did it, but I actually kind of did somewhat of it, but I didn't did it. But dating a girl that you work with at job. Like, no, I'm not dating a woman. I'm not dating a woman I work with. Now, it been cases like that where I've actually been on a date with a woman I work with. We had somewhat of a date. We ate together and stuff, and it was very nice. But will I do it again? Nah. You know, like the old saying goes, you don't poop and eat in the same place. You don't mix business with pleasure. I don't care about nobody but myself and the money I need to provide for myself. And if I got a family, I'm going to provide that for the family. You got no friends at your job, people. You got no friends. Because you think that people who are your friends, they'll turn on you. And that's another lesson I learned not too long ago. Some of the people who claim that they're your friend, they'll turn around and stab you in the back. A workplace is no place for a friend. And what she says, some of the stuff she says is very, very true. Especially when it comes to working with white people. And I think, like she said, I think that's the reason why a lot of black people don't like, well, you got a lot of black people, I'm not saying a lot, especially in South Carolina, they'll work with them, but I talk about black people elsewhere, they don't really care about working with white people because, like she said, how some of them act. I'm not saying all white people like that. Of course they're not. There's always exceptions. There's always, white people are individual. But she talking about collective of them. So white people, if you're listening, I'm not saying all of you do that. I'm not. But it's been a lot of them that does it. They'll spy on you. They turn around and tell the supervisor what you're doing and what you're not. They act like they're watchdogging you. Like they watch you like a watchdog. And you want to report what you're doing. And you know what? I even had like a supervisor told me one time, let me know if that person is doing their job. I'm like, I ain't want to do that. Like, I'm not a supervisor. Like, no. How many of you ever had a supervisor or a boss tell you, make sure this person is doing their job right? Well, what do I look like to you? I'm not getting paid being the supervisor. I'm not trying to get myself, because my thing is, though, you can create drama that way. You're watching somebody, you telling somebody, you can, I don't care. I just worry about what I'm doing. Now, on the other hand, if that person is disturbing my work and disturbing what I'm doing, yeah, I'm going to report it. But report it if a person is doing their job or not, that's none of my business. If you want to sleep, sit down and sleep or hide somewhere and be on this phone, that's on him. I don't care what he got going on. And somebody, I even told like somebody that at home about what my supervisor told me. You know what they told me? Very smart move. They told me that's very smart. You came there to work and get your money. You don't care. You're not there to be a supervisor. And that's the reason why I don't want to be a supervisor. Being somebody watchdog, like, no. And I just here to do my job. That's it. Well, tell me what you think about this, and have you ever experienced, like, people want to look at you a certain way just because you don't want to talk and be friends with them? Workplace is not a place to make friends.